be true.
Well, there's a lot of reports out of there that's one thing that him and the GM they were fighting over, and I guess the GM and the owner both love Tua, and they were like, "You're stuck with Tua," and he pretty much told him to fuck off.
Yeah, it should have been Justin Herbert, but that was Stephen Ross, and the GM made that call then, right, for Tua instead of Justin.
And, and unfortunately for Miami fans, what you guys are going to go through is you're going to go through next season with Tua being the quarterback. You're not going to have any speculations whether you guys want Watson or not. And you guys are going to miss out on getting him. And if Watson is available and he gets through all his legal, wherever he goes, I think he's going to obviously be a superstar. And, I mean, you guys are now going to be stuck with Tua, who I don't think is going to be a good quarterback. And you're going to have to go draft or, wait another year of 500 mediocre football.
Yeah, for the last 20 years. I'm hoping maybe Russell Wilson might come our way. But my other question, Lummy, since you guys go to the Bucs game a lot, I went to the first game in like 3 or 4 years against the Carolina Panthers a couple weeks ago. Can you tell me why there's homosexual cheerleaders?
Well,
we don't know. We don't know about their sexual orientation.
Well,
but if you're asking why there's male cheerleaders,
we are happy that every single person is allowed to now cheer on the Buccaneers cheerleading squad. They look very, very happy. And I thank you for your call and thank you for being a Dolphins fan like my wife. But yes,
I mean,
cheerleading should be open to everyone, and we're totally 100% in agreement. And everybody, welcome back to the show. Sorry, we lost internet here. And it's back with the Lummy Sports Show, 813-90-BUBBA. Brian would love to take all your takes if you like to wear a jersey and get into a fist fight at a sporting event that you are not participating in.
After eating at Chipotle.
And after eating at Chipotle and just moving from a different city and still liking the city that you are from. But thank you very much for tuning back in. Or, clicking back on. It kind of threw us a curveball. But thank you, Blitz, for getting us back up.
Now, to be clear on that, it's a 5-year window when you leave your old city.
Yes.
You have 5 years. By year 3, you should be starting to cheer for the hometown team. And by year 5, you should be fully invested and switch to the hometown team.
And if you are a jersey guy, buy a new jersey.
But don't. Just buy a nice shirt or polo or cap or something. Don't try and like the guy you tweeted to me who was dressed up
as a football player.
What a loser! With his face painted, he had pads.
Yes,
he had pads on.
He had pads, and by the way, you didn't see it, but the guy behind him had his helmet.
Oh my God! And so he's just a pathetic loser. That's the only time in life that he matters. And that people come up and talk to him is when he's dressed up like a pathetic loser.
But he's a super fan, Brian.
No, he's not a super fan. He's a super fucking dork.
641.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, Brandon the Quad?
Hey, how was popping your nut, man?
Oh, that was so good. Oh, shit, that was good.
Yeah? Was that the best you ever had?
Well, that's the obvious answer.
Now, are you jonesing for it again? What are you going to do about it now that it's almost like one of those things that you're better off not experiencing because once you do, what do you do?
Well, it's $8,200 away till next year, so.
$8,200?
Wait, what?
Hours.
Oh, hours. Oh, Jesus Christ, you're already counting down the hours?
So she's promised you it next year as well?
Yes, every year.
Yeah.
Every year, okay.
Oh, so Brandon's trying to also talk his mom into buying a condo down here.
So now you're going to experience what it's like to be married, Brandon. You might as well be married because you're going to get it once every year.
Or like when he moves down here and gets a condo, Brandon's expecting it at least once a month.
Oh, you're expecting it?
No, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be that way.
But I mean,
it would just help my confidence, and I could get some Florida chicks.
Some what chicks?
Well, some Florida chicks.
Florida chicks. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah, Florida chicks are probably easier than your ladies
Iowa?
there.
Iowa and the corn.
They play hide to
fields.
get. They hide in the corn mazes and stuff.
Listen, his brother is a kind of a somewhat decent looking guy, and he has trouble finding women in Iowa. I mean, he's
Well, you have to have a nice tractor.
Well, listen,
They
Brandon's
have to think your tractor's sexy.
Brandon's been laid,
Now, Brandon, do you have Carhartt clothing?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so you're not out there in the fields working. You could plow them.
Well, I could, but then my chair gets stuck. But
we can get you some big tires. We can soup that up, get a K&N filter on your wheelchair, and
do a 4-wheel drive on it.
Yeah, 4-wheel drive. So, describe for us what it was like the first moment that she touched you. Like, what were you thinking and feeling in that moment?
Well, my legs started shaking because I was like, holy shit, this is really happening.
Yeah. And
it was it was amazing.
And was it better than you had dreamed about, or was it about the same of what you expected?
It was way over and beyond what I expected.
And was there any part of it that you didn't like?
Hell no.
It ending, Brian.
Yeah, it coming to an end.
And him getting in the car knowing that he's driving back to Iowa was.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty tough to have to just, get it but at least you got it waiting for you. You know when it's going to happen again. And so that's good. You've got that to look forward to, because the one thing I wouldn't have wanted for you is for you to get a taste of it and then, it just doesn't happen again for you. That would have been tough.
Well, yes. So thank God for that. Thank God for Kaylin and the awesome person that she is. But I wanted to ask you guys about the spreads. I mean, the overs and unders this weekend.
The over-unders? I haven't really taken a look at them, but let's take a look.
Yeah, shoot for it.
What are you feeling? What do you like? What do you like, Brandon?
How about we go with this one? The Bengals-Titans on the over and under. It's
47.
47.
I like...
Well, I teased it down to 41.
Oh, this guy's a teaser.
You teased it down 6 points?
Yeah. That's
to go over.
To go over 41?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to go over 47 without a tease.
Me too.
Derrick Henry's going to be back. I think Bengals will get up early. It's going to force Tennessee. I almost called them the Houston Oilers.
Yeah. You're stuck in.
It's going to force Tennessee to have to open it up a little bit more than they probably would like to. But I think I like the over in this one. What about you, Lummy?
I do like the over without even teasing it down. I definitely think 47's a low, and I'm looking at all of them actually right now. And the next game,
although I will say their last four, other than the Texans game, 37. 37.
You talking about Tennessee?
32-20. Yeah, that was Jaguars, Steelers, Niners, Dolphins.
But without Henry, and Henry could go off.
And they weren't facing the same caliber of offense that they'll be facing with Cincinnati.
Corey Riviera, 500 stars, but I'm thinking Derrick Henry's back. I think it's going to open it up for Tannehill, but I think Derrick Henry will go off. But I was looking at, Brendan, you teased it down. You think it's going to be over on the 41. I think we're good on 47. San Francisco, Green Bay is 47
also 47. What's the weather going to be like? 12 degrees? That's not bad. That's kind of balmy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you tease that one down too?
Yeah, but I still took it over once I teased it though, because I teased it down to 40.5.
See, to me, the line matters. Who do you think is going to win the game? Because if you think Green Bay is going to win, then there's probably going to be 50 points scored in that game.
Exactly.
If you think the Niners are going to win, it's probably going to be fewer than 40.
It's going to be close.
Points,
If 49ers, if you think the 49ers will win, then that
26-23.
They're keeping Aaron Rodgers kind of at bay. They're keeping the running game at bay. It's close. So, in that one, who do you think will win that game? San Fran or Green Bay?
Green Bay should win that pretty easily, I think.
Oh, then there you go. I mean, then you got to definitely take the over there because you're expecting Aaron Rodgers to probably have 3-4 touchdowns.
Yeah, and then Jimmy Garoppolo will probably throw 2 or 3 probably.
Yeah, I mean,
you've got Debo running, you got Mitchell running, you got they've got weapons, man. San Francisco's no joke.
With Kittle,
if they had a better quarterback, they might be they might be the winner. This might be the other way. It might be the Niners hosting the Packers versus the Niners visiting the Packers. All right, Bucks Rams
54,
48 and a half.
Yeah, 48 and a half.
You got to like the over in this one.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
took the over at 41.
I think
so you teased everything down to 41 and then just played the over on all of them?
Well, except for I forgot that I teased it. I teased the Cincinnati game up to 54. I took the under on that game.
Wait, up to 64?
54.
54.
The Cincinnati game?
Yeah,
or?
Cincinnati, Tennessee.
Oh, okay. You teased it up to 54, took the under.
You
and then
took the Buffalo. Hold on. Does that mean that you took Buffalo and Kansas City and teased it down to 47 and a half?
Mm-hmm.
And took the over?
Mm-hmm.
Robert Lippert, 200 stars. So, all right. So you were just messed up on the first game. So, yeah, Brian, he thinks it's going to be under 54, which technically is not.
No, I think that's almost.
Actually, all those are pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I mean, teasing. Yeah, when you move the line 6 points.
Well, yeah, I know. But I think he did. I think he did well with the under on the Cincinnati Tennessee game, and I think going with those overs. Those overs though are like 47 or 48 and a half on the Bucks.
I mean, the Bills KC first matchup was 58 points.
Yeah.
Their last
Yeah, I think that one's going to be the highest one of the
KC's last couple games, 62, 65, 46 rather, 62, 57. So they've even and I mean they've been scoring in bunches. The Bills defense is better than anything that they've played recently though. So you got that concern. I mean the Bills defense to close out the season gave up 17 to the Patriots, 10 to the Jets, 15 to the Falcons, 21 to the Patriots, 14 to the Panthers. They did give up 33 to the Bucks in their last loss. So, I could see this one. I like it going over. I like it going over 54.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the way the Bills played against the Patriots, 47-17, I mean, they handed it to them. And the Chiefs are rolling, too. What are they? Yeah, I mean, 42. I don't think both their defenses. I think it's going to be a 30.
I see this like a 35-31 type matchup.
Exactly.
Somewhere in that 60 is a definite possibility in that one. Depending on the weather, it's going to be 35. I think it's good enough for both quarterbacks to play with.
And I put $40 on it.
Oh, big money. Confidence, man. He drained those testicles. So
you parlayed all those, teased them to where you wanted them, put $40, and you're going to win what if they all come through?
42.
I'm going to win 120.
So you bet 40 to win 120, but you got to hit on all four.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know what, Brandon? What you should do, maybe put like $20 on it, is you should parlay those four. But obviously, I would take the over on all of them. That would pay. That would pay a decent little, penny on a $20 bet.
Yeah, but I guess I was just. I still had money to blow, so I was like, screw it, I'll just see what happens.
Did Caitlin pay you?
No, he went to the strip club and all the guys were giving him 100. So if they were like throw 500 at the girl, he was putting 2 in his pocket and 3 on the stage.
That's a smart move. That's a smart move.
That was awesome time.
Exactly. Yeah. He didn't deny it either, did he, Brian?
I stole from a bunch of guys. There. That was fun.
Yeah. And now I'm gonna bet it away.
All those suckers. I'm
just kidding, Brandon. You know I'm kidding.
How did you put cash into your account? You stuck the cash into your phone and you're like, go to sport. Now, what sports book do you use? You use DraftKings?
Well, I use Caesars Sportsbook and FanDuel.
Yeah, we don't get that down here.
Are you up or down on the season, Brandon?
Come on.
Well, probably on the FanDuel when I was down until I got second place in our fantasy of 2 weeks in a row. So
that's good. So you're about even on FanDuel, and then you're down on Caesars for the year with your sports bets.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, and I was up on that because I could go to the casino and cash it out. And
we can't do that here in Florida, Brandon. So you don't have to brag, okay?
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations
thank you very much.
on busting a nut.
Yeah, bust your nut again. Keep edging for 800 and
here's
8,200
to 363 days from now, Brandon.
Thank you, Brandon. Oh,
360 days from now.
Well, I think he said 8,200 hours or something like that.
He's got a clock.
Yeah, it's a countdown. His mom bought it for him as a countdown. I see in chat. I want to get to you real quick about the game, the Bills-Patriots.
Yeah, it was.
Did you watch that?
Because it was about what I expected, man. It just wasn't. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready for prime time. He's just not there. He can still get there. I don't think the.
Do you think so? They're confident about building around him?
I think so. I think they've saw enough this year that with the defense. Now the defense slipped towards the end of the season. That was their bigger problem than anything. Is they were not set up to be down 14 points and come back in a game. So that's the problem. Is he's not going to be there for a while, probably another 2 or 3 seasons, where they can get down multiple scores and feel confident that he's going to lead them back, like we would with Brady. We're down 14-17 with Brady. We're like, we're still in this.
So do you think the Patriots almost go into rebuilding? Not when I no, hear me out. When
they
I say,
need linebackers.
When
they
I say
need linebackers.
When I say rebuilding, so they have him, and now they're just going to build defense, because that's kind of what they did with Brady.
Yeah,
they built a defense and gave him a little bit of offense.
They need to give him a legitimate wide receiver to throw to. They've got backs. They're good on backs. So between Harris and they're going to maybe get James White back, I believe. And then Stevenson, they're fine in the backfield. They need Hunter Henry is serviceable at tight end. They need a legitimate number one wideout, and then they need to shore up that defense. They need the middle of that defense is not as good as it needs to be to win the style of play that they want to win, which is very 49ers-esque, right? Control the ball, control the clock.
West Coast kind of.
That's a little more smash mouth style of football. Lean on your defense to put you in a position so that your deficient offense can win you the game.
Now, going forward,
somebody asked if I think the Giants are going to hire
I was about
Flores.
to ask you. I was actually trying to click. I was going to click.
I don't know that if I'm Flores, I don't know that I'd take the Giants job. I still think it's the worst job in football. I still think that although they do have some draft picks, I still think the Jaguars are in a much better position. They've got draft picks. They've got a massive amount of salary cap space. They've got a good young quarterback. They've got a running back who will be finally making his debut that's going to give their quarterback that Joe Burrow level of comfortability that we saw this year that he had with Jamar Chase.
Yes.
That familiarity that where he's going to be when you check down. You know what he can do.
The Joe Burrows effect.
The Joe Burrow effect. And it's actually the Jamar Chase effect. But I would take, if I'm Flores, I'd just go right up I-95 and stop in Jacksonville and take that job if they would have me. Now, I still think they're going to go with Leftwich.
So do I.
But that's not a bad move either. But if I'm Flores, I'm steering clear of New York. I would go to Houston, but I hate their owner, so I would probably avoid Houston
and the whole
too.
Front offense.
Maybe Denver. Denver would be a good matchup for him. Minnesota or Denver would be good stops, I think, for Brian Flores over the Giants.
I think Minnesota's I think Minnesota.
But I think the Giants' job is the worst job right now in football.
863.
Hey guys, this track me. I know it's a little noisy. I'm driving at work. You know how it is. Do you guys feel like I'm a Brady fan, whatever, blah blah? But do you feel that those couple of games that they lost, not only because the defensive players were hurt, but defense kind of wanted to show, hey, if we slack off, y'all won't win. It's not just Brady. His defense is strong. Do you believe in? I know nobody wants to lose a game, but do you think they kind of just slacked off a little bit?
No, I don't think Brady. I don't think that's how it rolls.
I don't think Brady has that effect on the defense. I think the defense loves having Tom Brady there. I don't think there's any sort of hate or animosity going on.
And I don't think any NFL player just says, let's just take off today and let's just lose. Yeah, unless you're 0-15.
Unless you're AB.
Yeah.
I mean, the Washington game, they got down early. Brady had some untimely interceptions. That's the problem. Is It's the NFL. It's not a league that you can go in and just win by showing up. And the Colts showed that the last week of the season against Jacksonville. You know, you can be the better team. You can be favored by 10. It's not college football. You know, this isn't Bama running into the worst team. You know, Vanderbilt. Bama's never going to lose to Vanderbilt. Ever.
No, never, ever.
But in the NFL, Tampa Bay absolutely can lose to a team like Washington or even the Saints. You know, the Rams loss is a little more forgivable and understanding, you know, on the road. That was one that I had them losing to start the year. But, I mean, I believe Lummy and I both had them at 13-4 or 14-3. That was our prediction for the season.
Yeah, because I don't think we predicted them to lose twice against the Saints.
Well, that was the one, right? Yep. We said the Bills, the Rams, and one in the division that they shouldn't have. And instead, it was the Rams, the Washington, and two in the division. Yep. So that was the difference. And that Saints game, the one at home is the one that hurt the most, right? Because you 9-0. I mean, you've been stellar at home, and you're facing a team that's completely depleted, and you can't. You know, you're banged up too, but that's just inexcusable by Brady and them. And I'm very glad the Saints didn't make the playoffs because you just don't want to have to beat them again in the playoffs after you lost to them twice in the regular season. Try to beat them again. So
especially the Saints for us because we have trouble with them all the time. And one other thing is. What, Lummy, because I'm a Dolphins fan behind the Bucks and behind the I actually like the Rams. It's Bucks, Rams, and Dolphins, but it's weird. Anyways, what do you think was the biggest difference from them losing all those games at the beginning and then winning, even though I believe Tua sucks as well? How do you think they turned that around? Was that their defense, or was that Tua kind of catching on?
Well, if you want to go with Brian's theory, is that they played some really shitty schedule, which I do agree when you look back at it now that it
so
was. Tua was not a good quarterback.
Here were their wins.
Yes, I
in that 7-game winning streak: Texans, Ravens, Jets, Panthers, Giants, Jets, Saints. I mean. They were playing the worst teams in football. The worst. Their strength of victory, I think, was the lowest in football.
Especially against the Ravens.
Their Ravens were garbage by that point.
But their team was better.
They didn't beat a single team I guess they beat the Patriots last week of the season. That's the only team, and the first week of the season. They didn't beat a single team that made the playoffs other than the Patriots.
Oh, okay.
So the 2 wins against the Patriots were their 2 wins over playoff teams. And they caught Patriots in week 1. I guarantee if they caught the Patriots in week 6, that's a different outcome because they won by 1 against a rookie quarterback making his first start in the NFL.
I mean, right now I was hyped on it, and obviously my wife loves the Dolphins. But,
the Dolphins' defense was great.
Yeah, but them getting rid of Flores and them keeping Tua, siding with Tua, I think now the Dolphins are just a complete shit show.
But they gave up 35 points to the Bills, 26 points to the Bills the 2 times they played them. 45 points to the Bucks, 27 to the Colts, 31 to the Raiders. So their defense wasn't, incredible. 30 to the Falcons. They did sort of figure things out, and what they figured out was when you play the teams that are absolutely horrible in the NFL, you will beat them more often than not.
Now, 2 things, and this is coming off a chat thing. Actually, one of them is what I wanted to talk to you.
Did you say tooth things? That would be a good show for us.
2 things.
2 things.
We're 2 things here.
Babyface.
2 things. Yeah, 2 things with Babyface and Lummy.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring this one up. Orlando has said we already talked about the Russell Wilson thing. We're the perfect place he would go because I really do think he's going to be out of there. Brian, I mean, if like we talked about before,
I don't think he's that great.
I know, but where does he land? I mean, Pittsburgh,
wherever his wife wants him to go. She doesn't want to go to Pittsburgh.
Nope. So and she's not going to Miami because they made that decision.
I think the intriguing thing is Houston trading quarterbacks.
No, this is what I think.
Watson for Wilson and maybe like a pick going up to Seattle.
I think Flores is going to Houston. That means that Wilson's not going to Houston. Watson stays there. Flores comes in. Him and Watson now kind of take over Houston, so Wilson has to go somewhere else.
Houston's owners already said Watson will not be playing for them ever again. I mean, he came out and pretty much said that the other day. Yeah.
Flores, I think then. Okay.
Flores needs to go to Denver or Minnesota. He will have those teams winning almost instantly. His defensive mind in Minnesota, you and I agreed on this the other day. That is the perfect fit for him.
It is.
There.
But let me so Flores is really high on Watson. So Do you think that like almost Flores says if I'm going to go somewhere, or if I'm going to come here, I want Watson. I want me to bring in my quarterback.
If he could win 9 games with Tua, he can win 11 games with Kirk Cousins.
Or Aaron Rodgers does not go, like they say he's going to go to Denver, and they hire Flores.
Aaron Rodgers
in Denver.
doesn't go anywhere.
No,
he's traded somewhere, and he's got control over that too.
But Flores goes to Denver. Denver trades for Watson. What's Denver missing? A quarterback.
No, absolutely. But Watson is just such a risk, man. I don't know that anybody's going to.
Come on, what does Denver have to lose? What do they got? Drew Lock. You already hit on my boy Teddy.
No,
Bridgewater.
They've got nothing to lose from a quarterback perspective. But they have talent and a year to lose if Watson. Because you're going to have to trade so much to get him. The risk has got to be virtually zero that he's not going to play. And so if you're certain that Watson's not going to have to miss 8 games or whatever because of the league's policy, they come down, whatever they want to say, then you can make that move. But if there's a chance that you lose a season of Deshaun Watson, I don't know how you can pull the trigger and mortgage your future, because that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
To on that, it's such a big risk. Nobody was willing to do it at this trade deadline. The Dolphins would have made
there was reports coming out that the Dolphins were ready to pull the trigger, but they wanted that insurance.
Yeah, they want everything settled, which is my point. Is nobody's going to make that move if this cloud is lingering over him.
I still think that's BS. By the way, I think that the GM for the Dolphins did not want to make that move. I think the
GM and the owner still believe in Tua.
I think they do,
and that is just ridiculous.
I think that it's the worst move they could possibly have.
It's so misplaced. The guy ain't that good.
No,
he's a backup. He's a backup. He'd be a solid backup to have. You'd be like, okay, well, if our quarterback goes down, he can get us through 3 or 4 weeks of a high ankle sprain where our quarterback can't play.
Did you see Fitzmagic in Buffalo? The playoff game, shirt off.
Yeah, I saw him shirtless there. He knows how to earn brownie points, man. I'll tell you that much. He's a likable dude.
You think he's done?
What?
You think someone signs him?
I don't know.
Because someone.
Who would you? Let me ask you this. Here's an interesting question. Fitzmagic's not that interesting. I mean, he'll be signed as a backup.
I just thought it was funny. I thought
that was cool of him going back there. Would you rather build a team right now around Jalen Hurts or Gardner Minshew?
Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
I would rather.
And yet here we are wondering where he's going to play next year. He's a free agent, I believe.
No, he is. He can go wherever he wants.
So I would, if I'm Carolina or...
Don't forget, I think, and I know they're sold on Rudolph, but the perfect fit would be Pittsburgh. What I'm saying is his person. No,
not for the style of play. He takes too many. He is a little bit more of a risk taker as a quarterback.
But his personality, man. Pittsburgh people would love him.
Their quarterbacks have never been too flashy. Their reputation is more like lunch pail guys. And,
really, Cordell Stewart?
Well, come on.
What? Cordell Stewart?
I mean,
Neil O'Donnell?
No.
Tommy Maddox?
No.
I don't know why I know this many Steelers quarterbacks.
Did you pull them up?
No, my hands are right here. You go Terry Bradshaw.
You got to go back pretty far, though, because Ben Roethlisberger's been there since 2004, right?
I mean, the Tommy Maddox and the Neil O'Donnell, Cordell Stewart, and I don't know who was before that one, but, those guys weren't really.
No, the guy last week was terrible, George. We had to get rid of him. You can't go 1-5 or 2-4, whatever it may be. 2-4.
He corrected
keep a
us.
Seat on this
he
show.
corrected us and was super happy about that.
Yeah, you gotta bring some real good takes and actually hit on a few things. We'll take a losing winning percentage, but not 333.
Yeah, listen, when you pick the Steelers over Kansas City and you pick the Eagles over the Bucks,
when you miss that badly on those 2 games, we can't have you back pretty much ever again without you making a substantial contribution to the Bubba Army Foundation
I don't
for
see,
the betterment of radio.
I don't see Daniel Hoffman dropping down some dimes in the chat.
Danny Dimes.
I mean, Daniel Jones, he's going to probably be out in New York. So let's break down these games real quick.
Yeah, it's about that time.
Yeah, I want to get your...
dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun, 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 dun.
I get copyrighted
Dun,
for
dun,
that.
dun, 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 dun.
You're too good on
Dun,
that.
dun, 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 dun.
Cincinnati, Tennessee. Who you got?
This is going to be first of all, I'm going to say this. All of these games are going to be amazing. It's going to be the exact opposite of this past weekend.
Yep.
I think every single game will be quality. I like...
This is straight up, too. So, everyone,
yes,
yeah.
I like Tennessee to find a way to win it. I hate going against the Bengals. They're so hot. They've made me look like an idiot this year with not picking them to win the division. And I said at best they would be a 9-8 team. They were 10-7, so they did I think a game better than I predicted they would be at best. Because I said around 500, and they were playing 17 games this year. So I really wasn't tremendously far off on their best case scenario. But I think Derrick Henry is back, and the Titans win.
I like the fact that Derrick Henry's back, but I'm going to go Cincinnati because Joe Burrows finds chases and all his other guys, and I think just the Bengals take Tennessee. I think Burrows will make it to that championship game and probably lose next week, but I'm definitely going Cincinnati.
I mean, Tennessee, so for me, other than the last week of the season, Tennessee's defense really started to step up there in the latter part of the year. 0 shut out the Jaguars, 13 to the Steelers.
Hold on, who?
17 to the Niners, 3 to the red-hot Dolphins.
I'm sorry, hold on. Did you say the Jaguars?
They shut them out.
Oh, and then you said the...
How many other teams shut out the Jaguars this year? Little trivia question for you. How many other teams shut out the Jaguars this year?
One. Yeah, one.
They got shut out twice?
Yeah, didn't they get shut out by...
I thought they only got shut out once.
The Bills? No?
No. Bills beat them 9-6.
Oh, whatever. Okay.
They didn't get shut out.
You're true. Okay, no touchdown, but whatever. Yeah, field goals. But, okay, well, listen.
Look,
the Steelers with Ben Roethlisberger and his walker, okay? I mean, the guy couldn't throw the ball.
I think Cincinnati's
scooped their way
Cincinnati's
into
due for a letdown. They're due for a letdown.
You said that last week.
I know. They've been riding high. They're due for a letdown.
Well, I'm proving you wrong again. Joe Burrows is proving you wrong again. And we're riding to the AFC Championship, the Bengals.
Are we going to do it on this next one? Niners-Packers, what we tried to do with the Cardinals-Rams? You know, heart says Niners, head says Packers. I mean, we need the Niners to win.
Yeah,
as Bucs fans, we need the Niners to win.
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough. I can't go against it. The Packers win this one probably by 10. I think the game is relatively close until early in the fourth, and then the Packers pull away and win with mostly comfort. But I still think it'll be a good game up until about 5 minutes to go in the third or early in the fourth. I'm
gonna have to go Green Bay too. I think Aaron Rodgers is just the way the Green Bay is just flowing. Their whole team is just like coming
their defense
through.
Ain't great.
No, but
which is the only reason. If their defense was 10% better than they are, I don't think anybody could beat them.
No.
But their defense makes them susceptible to an upset.
Yep, but I'm so going.
Yeah, you can't bet against them though at this point
because they're flowing.
I mean, they gave up what? Oh, they've only given up 371 points on the year.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. There's a couple games there that.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's not. I'm just saying it's not terrible. We're talking about their defense. Bucs gave up 353. It's only 18-point difference. 1 point a game difference.
But San Francisco going up to Green Bay, it's going to be what you say, 14 and balmy.
12. Balmy, 12 degrees.
All right. Well, we're going Green Bay.
The issue for the Niners is that, how well they can run the ball in 12-degree weather. Eli Mitchell, I don't know that he has played in weather like that in his life. Went to Louisiana. Don't think he's played many 12-degree games in his young life, in his short career. He's from Louisiana. He played college in Louisiana.
He hasn't felt that concrete when you get tackled up in Lambeau
so I just don't know how you prepare for that. And he is a big part of their offense and their success at this point. being able to control the clock. You know, Deebo Samuel is a wild card in this game. I would like to see, you know, San Francisco stay creative with the offensive play calling and find ways to get the ball into their playmakers' hands in space. If they do that, they can have a chance. But we got to face facts here. The Packers are going to win that game.
Packers win. Los Angeles, Tampa Bay. Obviously, we're Tampa fans. We want Tampa to win.
Yeah.
This is going to be...
I can't pick against the Bucs.
I can't either.
I don't feel great about it.
I don't either.
I'm nervous about the game.
I wish OBJ would have come to the Bart party.
Yeah. Would have been fun.
Yeah, and he could have, maybe been sick and not having to play the game, but he's playing pretty well.
Now the statistics on this one, kind of crazy. The matchup predictor on ESPN, based upon the power rankings of the teams and their, statistics, have the Bucs 65.8% to win this game. And that would, I think, translate to a much healthier line than 3. Now, those statistics may not take into account the players that the Bucs are missing, namely Antonio Brown and Chris Godwin. But as we saw this week, Brady can win with any players.
Well, but also if Wirf, whatever his name is.
Tristan Wirfs.
Wirf, yeah.
He actually has an S on his name, I believe.
Does he? I thought it was WURF.
I thought it was WIRFS.
Yeah, sure.
Tristan Wirfs.
Well, it's Wirf. So
it's just Wirf?
Yeah, we don't do S's on team, whatever. If he's not there, I think that's going to be, they're going to attack that side bad. And I think they're going to go after Brady's
So
feet.
you give Burrow an S he doesn't have, and you take the S away from Wirfs.
That's how we do it here.
Ay.
So you got Tampa Bay, I got Tampa Bay. I mean, shit.
Do you think we can't pick against my team? I would rather lose, and this ends up being a wash to us because we're both going to pick Tampa Bay, so it's irrelevant.
Yep. And Buffalo, Kansas City.
Man, this is gonna be a game. When I was watching the early part of that Steelers game, and Kansas City was playing like shite. I was like, man, I really want to see Buffalo, Kansas City. I want Kansas City to win this game. Although a Buffalo Bengals game would have been great too.
It's going to be because Bengals are going to beat Tennessee.
Well, we may get to see that. I see where you're going with your pick here. The Bills are hot. Kansas City brings the experience to the table.
Josh Allen looks good.
Pat Mahomes looks good. Yeah,
but Josh Allen's got that confidence, going against the Patriots.
And Patrick Mahomes had that confidence going against This one's literally
against who?
Against the Steelers. Steel curtain defense, man. This one, the matchup predictor is 52-48.
Did he go back to did he go back to the 70s to steel curtain? Because according to you, the defense sucked. Mike Tomlin sucked. Oh no, you said Mike Tomlin's great. Okay.
That the fact that they were able to win with the players and personnel that they had on the field and make it to the playoffs is amazing. That's they did give up a lot more points than they're used to giving up. But I like Buffalo in this one because their defense is a little better.
So you're picking Buffalo?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
You got to go with Kansas City now, don't you? You know what? I'll pick.
No, it's fine. No,
we can't we can't pick all the same.
We didn't because I picked Cincinnati. You picked Tennessee.
Oh yeah, we got a difference.
Yeah. Because I was going to go Buffalo on that. game.
I just think that Buffalo's defense is going to be the difference in this game. They will be able to get a stop when they need one, and I don't see the Chiefs' defense being able to do that against Buffalo with the way they're rolling right now.
Haas 990499 with 1999. Thank you.
And the bitch ain't one.
I just see Josh Allen. I think his confidence level's up, which could affect his gameplay because sometimes it seemed like in the beginning of the year when he got really confident, he was making some dumb throws. But I also think that with Mahomes, somehow Mahomes forgot how to throw overhand.
Yeah, everything's sidearm now.
Everything's sidearm now.
And it's almost like a confidence thing. Like he feels more comfortable shooting that ball out quick sidearm with a little flick.
But it seems like everything's on his back foot and sidearm.
Yeah.
At least with Aaron Rodgers, when he's on his back, he's at least going over. But it seems like Mahomes is just trying to be, Johnny Showboat.
Yeah, I mean, the Kansas City defense, they gave up 11 more points to Pittsburgh than they did the last time they played them. They gave up 28 to the Chargers. They gave up 34 to Cincinnati. They gave up 24 to Denver, who can't score any points. And then you look at the Bills, their last 5, 17 to New England, 10 to the Jets, 15 to Atlanta, 21 to New England, and 14 to Carolina. You just gotta believe that in this matchup, the defense is the difference maker, and the Bills find a way to win, setting up a really interesting matchup with Buffalo against Tennessee.
Mike Genovese, 499 to Bitch Ain't One. Yeah, I mean, I really hoping Buffalo is playing Cincinnati and Joe Burrows and Josh Allen's, and they can go back. Now, obviously, I'm hoping that it's the Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers experience. I mean, that's what I'm hoping next week when we're talking. That's how it works out. I mean,
I hope I absolutely hope it's Brady versus Garoppolo. That's a great storyline too. You know, his former backup coming to play against him here in Tampa Bay, and do you know how badly the Bucs would beat the 49ers?
Very badly.
Very badly. And I don't see any other team like that they would match up better against in this playoff, other than Philadelphia. Obviously, they matched up really well against them, but I do think that the Niners have a chance to beat Green Bay for some reason. I don't think they would have any chance to come into Tampa and beat the Bucs.
Not at all. Brady would.
There's no way that would
Nancy
happen.
Kerrigan, Garoppolo.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you real quick before we go. 49ers quarterback situation.
Yeah.
Trey and Garoppolo, like if let's say San Francisco goes in, beats Green Bay, comes to Tampa, hopefully Tampa wins, he loses. Did they give up on Jimmy G? I mean, they traded up for that quarterback.
You really can't do that and just let a player sit for seasons not getting to play. So it's tough, man. I think that they've got to make the move if that's what they believe. Then they can't go another. If you don't win, they don't have the roster to win a Super Bowl. Jimmy G is not going to lead them to a Super Bowl. I think they know that.
Do they almost do like they did with Alex Smith and Kaepernick? Let Alex Smith kind of go and let Kaepernick take over.
Yeah, I mean,
Trey Lance kind of take over.
I think they got to at this point. You've invested the pick. He is mobile. He can play. I mean, I don't know what their record was in games that he started.
I watched a couple games. He didn't look smooth at passing. He's quick as hell.
Yeah,
but it's just like with Jalen and Tua.
So they went 3-3 in his 6 starts. They beat Detroit. No, I'm sorry. He only played in 6 games. He started 2?
Yeah,
or 3?
I think he started 2.
Yeah, they went 1. I mean, 1 was against Houston, and and then the other one was against Arizona. And he didn't put up huge numbers in either
Arizona?
of those.
Yeah.
No, he went 15 of 29 for 192 and a pick.
I don't know if you watched it. Like I was watching.
But he did have 18 carries or 16 carries for 89 yards.
That's what I'm saying. Like he was running a lot, but also what he was doing was they were doing a lot of little short dumps, but he was pulling the ball down and just taking off. And he's quick.
Yeah.
The problem is that you've seen with the Lamar Jackson and all those guys.
It won't last in the NFL. I would maybe ride with Jimmy G one more year, but he's going to be looking for a multi-year deal, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I just don't – and I think he'll get one just because teams will be desperate.
If Jimmy G was smart and he saw the writing on the wall, he would go to John Lynch and say, I want a multi-year deal. Say you're committed to me. And if they said no, I would – at this point in time, with the amount of quarterback, turmoil, and there's no drafts, I would be Jimmy G saying, "Trade me, get me out there." Because next year, you never know what's coming out of college, and then with the free, right now would be almost like the perfect situation for him to get out there.
Well, it's the perfect situation for them to move him because he has value.
Yep. At least they made the playoffs.
Yep. And I mean, one more year, and who knows. But anyways, we got to call this a show. We got to call it.
Sorry, Mary Sheridan, 100 stars. Thank you, everyone. Sorry about us losing the internet connection, but we do appreciate everyone tuning in. And don't forget twitch.tv/The Bubba Army. Bubba is live tomorrow, 6 a.m. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Brian. We will see you next Wednesday. Have a good one, everyone.
Take care.
Bye.